Click unmute. Hey everyone, we got Niko Gioacchini here. Go ahead, Tom.
Niko, just talk about what the difference between the second half and the first half, the importance of Roman's save at the first, and then your goal to get things started.
Yes, we were able to keep that score 0-0 in the first half. Although we struggled, I think that was a good thing to be able to keep that coming into the second half, because 1-0 down is a little harder to come back to. Roman makes a legendary save and keeps us in the game. And then we come into the second half with a small tactical change, and our same heart and relentless mentality. So that's how we came to the first goal. Good cross. I happened to make a good run. The ball came to my feet, had a good volley, good finish, and then we were able to score 2, 3, 4 goals after that. So it's a great team effort in the second half.
Next we'll go to Kristen Carver.
Hey Niko, you and Klaus do so well together up top. How are you guys able to complement each other, especially in that two-striker offense?
It's a chemistry is built with time. I think, you naturally understand certain players, and I think we naturally understand each other because it's not like we've been together for 2 years. So, we talk to each other on the field. We know how we move. We know what our movements are. We know what when we call for the ball, when we move for the ball, when we make runs, we understand each other, and it's something that is showing in the game. So, let's just keep it going, and I enjoy playing with him. It's really a pleasure, and I couldn't be happier with anyone else.
Next we'll go to Dylan Butler, then Ben Hockman.
Hey Niko, congratulations. It's funny, like the talk a little bit about you guys is no longer just about like great start, expansion team, but it's kind of like legendary starts of any team ever in this league. To get maximum points from 5 matches, this wave of momentum. What is that like to just be on it and be part of this? And Bradley spoke about the swagger that's among this group. What is that like?
It's memorable. It's something that I think every player will remember for the rest of their lives. I don't think it happens. It hasn't happened yet. 5 wins from an expansion team. Even 5 wins in a row in a league is, even for teams that have been here for a while, is not easy. As you can see this season and in the past seasons. We have a group of guys who work together, who are humble, and just are relentless. We have that mentality. The coach has given us that confidence to follow what he does, and we do, and it comes out as a result. So it gives us even more motivation to continue. As I think I've said before, when you have a team, when you have 20 plus boys who understand each other and don't fight each other and give each other the best of themselves on and off the pitch, it really does make a difference on Saturday nights. And it's something that we're going to keep doing and keep working towards. And, the season's still long, so 5-0 is great, but, we're on to the next game already.
Next we'll go to Ben Hockman.
Hey there, thanks for doing this. Obviously it's a team game, but can you describe, if I may ask you about yourself, just your own growth in both talent and playing the game and also in confidence and how it's coming together nicely?
Yes, I'm going to start with the coach. I think the coach is a big part of a player's confidence. He's the one who allows him to show himself. And Bradley has given me that confidence. And I feel it every day in training. I feel it in the games. He allows me to do what I do best. And it's something that I really do appreciate. And second, the team around me, because we are still the guys on the field. So when my team around me gives me that confidence as well, tells me, do what you do. Don't hesitate, dribble, pass, and keep moving, score goals. It's something that, I think a lot of players appreciate when they get that experience. I've had a couple rough years. The last 2 years have been quite rough because I felt like I haven't had any confidence. when myself and the coaches haven't given it to me. So I'm slowly finding my groove again, and hopefully it's showing. So just keep doing what I do and keep working with the team that I have, because it's really enjoyable.
Next we'll go to Tom Schwartz and then Matt Baker.
Hey, talk about the quality of the passes of Adu and Indiana and Nelson. What's that to work with with those guys, with the quality of the passes that you're seeming to get?
Oh, sublime. I can't complain. They give me opportunities, they give me chances, they give me opportunities to create chances for others. It's something that these players have as a main quality, is being able to give those final balls for us forwards into the box, or however we can put it into the back of the net. Johnny, last weekend was a wonderful ball, in the box. Little confusion, but it came to me right time, right moment, and right place, right time, and it happened to be in the back of the net. Edu, another one tonight. Great ball. I probably could have shot it, but my instinct was otherwise. So it is what it is. Indy on the corner kick. Great ball in. I happened to make the right run in the right direction. I don't think that was where I was supposed to go, but sometimes that's how football is, isn't it? So and it's something that we really appreciate, something that us forwards really love, or when we get those balls that we can go to goal with and we can create opportunities.
Next we'll go to Matt Baker and then wrap up with Tom Timmerman.
Niko, you talked in preseason about how the two-striker formation was kind of one of your favorites. You were looking forward to it, but at the same time, you hadn't really played in the overall style of what Bradley and Lutz were trying to do here. You've started 3 games now. You have 2 goals, your first 2 goals in MLS. Is it safe to say that this system itself has really unlocked your true full potential?
My full potential, I don't know. I don't think I've reached it yet, and I hope that I haven't reached it yet, because I still think I can do a lot better than I do. Still score a few more goals, be a little more decisive, lose fewer balls, be a little more patient. So, but this formation has been great for me. It's been great for my confidence. It's been great to play with Klaus up top and have the 2 midfielders pressing up with us and giving us balls. So, yeah, that 2 forward formation is, as I said in preseason, is something I really enjoy, and it was great. But tonight wasn't the right formation, as we changed in the second half. I was playing as a 10, and it worked out better. So still being around the 9, being able to be mobile around him is something that I really do enjoy, and something that will carry us quite far. Hopefully we can keep consistent, because consistency is probably the hardest part of the game, of anything really, when you're trying to master it. So, yeah.
We'll wrap up with Tom.
Niko, you're talking about your confidence. It seems like this whole team is confident. Is that the case now? It looks like everybody just is going out with just very confident.
Yes. Game after game after game, when you're winning, you see yourself progressing. You gain confidence. It's just the nature of the beast, and it's a good thing. You see, maybe the first game in Austin was a little rough. Our preseason games were a little rough, but as you go on, as you learn your teammates more and more, the confidence builds. You believe more in what your teammates can do, and you believe more in what you can do, because your teammates allow you to do so. So, it's a collective sport, even though it's played, by a bunch of individuals. And when you're confident as an individual, you can help boost the confidence of the players around you. So yes, it's something that we see. I think the public sees it as well, as you mentioned, and we just keep gaining confidence and staying humble, because that is part of the game as well. Be careful not to, for not our heads to blow up too quickly.
Thanks, Niko.
Niko, thank you for taking the time. We really appreciate it. Safe travels home.
Thank you. I'm good.
Captain Roman Bürki here. Tom, kick us off.
Roman, talk about that save at the end of the first half and the importance of that save and just keeping it a tie game going into the half rather than having to make another comeback.
Yeah, it was definitely an important moment because I had the feeling that we struggled a little bit with our game, not only defensive wise, also offensive wise. So we had no solutions, no real chances, and they played better. And yeah, that was just. I'm happy that I was able to help my team at this time, and after in the second half we did way better than in the first half.
We'll go to Ben Hockman, then Tom Schwartz.
Hey, Roman. I just want to ask you, did you think maybe during the preseason when you guys fared well against good teams that this team, your team, could go 5-0 or be really, really good?
To be honest, I knew that we will have good qualities as soon as we played our first game, first preseason game. But I mean, 5-0 is like, even if you are like not just a new team, you are like a team who's already used to play MLS is a big achievement. But for us, to be honest, it's not just like we are 5-0. We are just still, or for us, it's more important that we are still going and keep going the same way, the same work ethic, the same discipline, and that week in, week out, and that's for me, that's way more important.
Go ahead, Tom Schwartz.
Roman, the save you made at the end of the first half, do you think that gives your team swagger? Because, man, they had it in the second half.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, like I said, it was an important moment. I think if they go in front 1-0 with these conditions today, cold, windy, the field was also not really good to play on. So it was an important save, of course, but at the end of the day, we scored again 4 goals, and we showed an amazing reaction.
Recording stopped.
For a really bad first half.
We'll go to Dylan Butler, Matt Baker, and then Tom Timmerman.
Hey Roman, congratulations on the win. You know, to borrow the phrase from one of my colleagues, you know, when we spoke with Bradley before, you know, he mentioned the humility that you guys have, but also that there is a swagger in the locker room. And as you mentioned, you know, the kind of talk around the league isn't so much about how well you're doing as an expansion team. It's now like, you know, the best star, one of the best stars of all time. You're only the third team.
Recording in progress.
The third team in the league to ever get 15 points from 5 matches. I mean, what is that swagger like? What is that feeling like?
I think we have a really good mix out of really cool guys who are really good with the ball. Already, or sometimes caring about how it looks also a little bit, and a mix between just the guys who are working for 2 guys sometimes, and really don't care if you look good or not in the game. The most important thing is to win. So we keep ourselves accountable every day in training, and I think our swagger is just that we are all workers. We know what we are doing. We know every day when we come to training what we have to do, what we have to deliver to be successful at the weekend. And at the moment, like I said, the mix is great, and I'm just very happy about the team. But to be honest, when I could ask the guys now, or would ask the guys what is next week, they would definitely answer before we go to the game, we have to work hard to be prepared for the next game. So that's usually our go-to before the game.
Next we'll go to Matt.
Roman, the 4 goals that we scored is amazing for our team as a whole, but this is also your second clean sheet in a row. And it's not like you didn't face very many shots. You had 8 shots on goal that you were able to defend all of them. The last shot in particular, Savarino, once you were able to make that save from, again, point-blank range, how did that feel, kind of knowing that was possibly the end of the game and you had secured another clean sheet?
Yeah, it was hard work, man. We really tried behind in the back with all the defenders, the whole team, but they had so much pressure on us. All the time crosses, switch sides, shots. It was hard work, and of course I try to keep talking to my guys in front with Tim and with Lucas. They did a great job again. Of course, sometimes I have to make a save because you cannot defend everything as a defender. Sometimes you need the goalkeeper, and today I'm happy that I was able to help the guys. Yeah.
Go back to Tom.
Roman, it looked like Klaus once again is all over the place. He's scoring goals, but also getting back defensively. How do you assess Klaus's game tonight?
Yeah, he did really good. He scored 2 goals. But I have to say, Klaus is a really good guy. But how the guys help him, like sometimes they are doing the work for him. Sometimes they give him brilliant assists and everything. Sometimes the other team helps us a little bit with assists. No, Klaus is really good. But to be honest, the whole team, how we work offensively is a big compliment. I would not just say Klaus. If you see how Niko is working, how when Sam Adernian comes in, how he is working, how Isaac is working today, the whole offense does a great job, not just because of goal scoring. It's of course that's the main job of a striker, but I would not just say Klaus. I would say the whole offense did a great job.
We'll go back to Ben.
You mentioned Niko. Can you describe some things that he does that impresses you?
Yeah, you can see that he played in Europe as well. He has a really good first touch. He has a really good understanding of how soccer works. He has good ball control in close spaces, and he makes good decisions, and that helps us a lot. Obviously, he's strong and tall as well, and he's really dangerous in front of the goal. And today he had 1 chance. He scored 1 chance. That's really important and good for us.
Thank you.
And we'll wrap up with Matt.
Roman, your relationship with the center backs are one of the more important things for you. Can you speak a little bit to Lucas Bartlett and his impact on the team these past few games, his ability to step in and kind of going without knowing if Tim Parker was going to be able to play for a bit? He was kind of the stalwart center back going into this match. Can you talk about him a little bit?
Yeah, Lucas is always here. I mean, you can count on him every time. If he plays or not, if he's on the bench or if he's not in the squad, he's always here for you. You can always count on him. And yeah, 2 games with him, 2 clean sheets. So I mean, he's doing his job really good. Today with Tim, of course, we are happy that he's back in the team. Yeah, Lucas is just not just on the field, also off the field. Very good guy, and I'm really happy that we have him. Yeah.
Roman, thank you for taking the time. We really appreciate it. Safe travels home.
Thank you, guys. Have a good night.
Thank you, everyone, for joining tonight's post-game press conference following the road victory over RSL. We'll begin with an opening statement with Coach Carnell. Then we'll begin with questions. So, Coach, if you want to begin with an opening statement.
Yeah, thanks, John. Yeah, it was one of those games where we knew coming into it was going to be really difficult. I've played here in Salt Lake a few times, or coached here a few times, and it's never easy. You have to weather the storm, ride the wave, and we knew over time we would be able to get on top of them. So yeah, just a magnificent night. Roman Bürki comes up trumps. Many times he got us out of tight situations, made 2 magnificent world-class saves. And then, I have to applaud, the team that started and then the substitutions that came in. We made a slight tactical tweak in the second half. And then the energy from the guys coming in the second half was half the battle won. So Klauss up top, Roman at the back. What a magnificent performance.
We'll open up with questions. We'll first go with Santiago, then go to Tom Timmerman, then Ben Hockman.
Bradley, congratulations on the win. I wanted to ask you about Isaac Jensen. Obviously, first minutes in the league today. What did you see from him?
Yeah, I saw a lot of energy. I saw a lot of defending on the front foot. I saw a lot of what we needed at that time and what we wanted. So we spoke about this at halftime. We said, we survived the first half, which was the hardest. It's going to be the hardest half. So we knew we'd be able to get a grip on the game. We had confidence in the group. Like I said, we tweaked a few things. And then Isak is the type of player in transition. He earns the right to be on the front foot. He wins us possession of the balls. He defends forwards. His pressing triggers are excellent. One of the best in the team. And then what I liked is the overall performance in the transition. So we work on these things every single day at training, operating in the transition moments. And it was just a joy to watch. The second half was amazing.
Go to Tom Timmerman.
Brad, what difference? How does it change the game when Bürki makes that save right before the half? How's the game different if you're down 1-0 at the break?
Yeah, we spoke about the difficulties of playing in Salt Lake. So he comes up in a massive, massive moment. And I just thought from the onset, we got the kind of moment wrong how we're going to beat this team. We knew they're going to be, we had to win the battle first. I thought we tried to solve too many things with the ball. The field was not great. The field was bumpy. The field was not wet. So there were a few things that were against us and our normal run of play. But credit to the boys. We ground out a way to succeed, the willingness to get over the hump and get on to the next phase of the game. The next phase in terms of managing the game was exceptional from the boys. But you need leaders in the team, and leaders in the team, Löwen, Bürki, Klaus, a lot of really good guys. Tim makes a comeback performance, Lucas Bartlett, really assured at the back. Jake Nowinski was great, for the duration of the whole game. And then, at the end of the game, we just kind of managed the game. So, yeah, very proud of everyone.
Next, we'll go to Ben Hockman.
Hey, Bradley. Wanted to ask you about during the preseason. You guys seem to do really well when your starters played in the first half of the first 60 minutes against other teams' starters. If you can think back to that, were you thinking at the time like, hey, we might have something here because we're definitely competing with top teams already? Or am I way off?
No, I don't think you're way off. I mean, obviously the preseason games and who we manage, and we didn't just play starters. We mixed the groups. Only towards the latter end of the preseason did we start mixing groups. I think that's part of our success. It was a preseason where, in the first time, we played every 3 days, every 4 days, to give everybody minutes, to collect all these minutes. I think, a lot of guys, we averaged around 300 minutes in preseason. So for moments like this, for moments that are Isak Jensen, Aselio Pompeu, Rasmus Alm, like the guys who might not, and Thomas Ostraks of the world, to start a game. So, I thought we managed the preseason really well with different looks from different opponents. And I thought we were competitive, right? So against Philadelphia, Vancouver, LA Galaxy, we had some learning moments. We had some growing moments. We operated on and off the field as a unit. We spoke about a lot of things in preseason. We did a lot of team building. And I think you can see the benefits and the rewards of that now. Now it's our job to keep humble, remain grounded, and just look for the next game, no more.
We'll go to Dylan Butler, then Tom Schwartz, then Matt Baker.
Hey, Bradley, congratulations on another win. I know what you just said about the humility that's needed, and on to the next. But the conversation sort of league-wide has now moved on from this being a great expansion start to now being like historic beginning of any teams. I could read you something quick. You're only the third team to collect 15 points from the first 5 matches. The Galaxy in '96 and Sporting Kansas City in 2012, and you're also the 11 goal difference is the best in league history through 5 matches. Like the novelty, if you will, of the expansion thing is gone, and now you're like in this rarefied air. It's I'd imagine pretty special.
Yeah, I told the boys before the game, I don't care in history. I'll care in our story, right? So for sure we're humble, but there's a bit of swag about this group too. They know the challenge, they know the task. Some of them have league experience, some of them don't. but each and every single one of them brings something to the table. And it's my job to manage that. It's my job to make sure that we keep guys together. That make sure that the Samuel Pedros of the world, who's training really, really well. I wish I could get him in the game. It's really tough for him. Sam Adeniran doesn't get a run tonight. Josh Yaro, he's one of the leaders of our group, and it's tough. So it's my job to now manage that. But I think you can see we work for each other, and it's a special group because you can see in the 90th minute when we're trying to chase, keep Roman's clean sheet clean. We want to hold the zero column. And we want to, reward Roman with that because we know he's a goalkeeper worthy of that. And the performance that he gave out tonight, you could see everyone from the first to the 90th minute fought for him.
Next we'll go to Tom Schwartz.
It must have made you really happy when Klaus ran back to defend that corner.
Recording stopped.
In the 92nd minute. Have you ever cleaned out a stadium before? I
No.
mean, there was nobody left at the end of the
I
game.
haven't been a coach that long, so yeah. I don't even look what's going on around me. I kind of get the tunnel vision and just we just focus on the job at hand. But to see Klaus running back for that corner, it energized me for another 15, 20 minutes. So pity the game ended then.
Nice.
Next we'll go to Matt.
Hey, Bradley, congrats on the win
Recording
again.
in progress.
I was
Thanks,
wondering if
Matt.
you could talk a little bit about Rasmus Alm. He didn't start this one. He seems to be one of those players who's rotating based on the formations, but
Yeah.
now he's become the 8th player to score a goal on your team already. How much does getting him on the scoring sheet mean to the team going forward?
Yeah, I told Rasmus he's going to score last weekend, so he owed me one. But yesterday he was working hard in training. He actually stayed extra after training. I said, Raz, it's actually too much now. And he said, no, I'm just trying to get the the movement on the ball. I'm just trying to hit that far post. Or I'm trying to hit that near post. So, we do a lot of work with the guys. IDP stuff. Post trainings. We show them videos. So everyone's bought in. Everyone's committed to the cause. We have a staff who empties the tank. It's almost, early arrivals, go home late. It's just the story of being a coach and being a player in this league. So, yeah, I'm just happy that everyone's bought into the process. And it's not easy to play the way we play and to see the guys reap the rewards because sometimes you can play this way and not get rewarded. So right now we're just reaping the rewards of momentum. And when you have momentum, it's difficult to stop. And with Rasmus, he's one of those players. He's earned his reward.
We'll go back to Tom Timmerman.
Brad, it seems like after every game, Klaus is a topic, but it seems like he just had an excellent game on both sides of the ball, and he scores goals. He just scores goals.
Yeah. So we knew how tough it is in Salt Lake to play the pressing game and always on the front foot and always tightening the screw. So we had to manage that for Klaus a little bit, and we had slightly different pickup points tactically, different triggers. So which for us worked out in the end, obviously, because then we find more spaces. I even missed his I think it was his second goal. I missed that one. I heard it was again a random back pass. I haven't seen it yet. I was busy on the bench, discussing the next substitution. So, we just try to put him into spaces in the second half. We changed the formation a little bit to reward him in the transition moments. So, listen, he's another guy that's fully committed, and you can see he's getting stronger, he's getting healthier, he's getting fitter, and he's becoming, a real menace.
We'll go back to Matt Baker.
Yeah, so you mentioned how Bürki kind of changed the game a little bit with that save at the end of the first half. It also seemed like after Niko Gioacchini's goal to start off the second half, there seemed to be some tactical changes that RSL made, and you were able to take advantage of them pretty clearly. Wonder if you could speak to some of those changes you noticed from RSL and how you were able to take advantage of those.
Yeah, I mean, listen, they were spreading the field a lot. They were playing an expansive game and the big switches. We thought that might be a big topic because of our tactical approach. So they did exactly what we thought in the first half, and we had to ride that wave. When they start making some tactical changes, we knew with the changes to bringing in Rasmus and Isak, with some of the triggers, we just had to be a bit more brave. We had to be a little bit more on the front foot, and we had to take space a lot sooner. We had to press a lot harder, and by pressing a lot harder, you actually run a little bit less of a distance. So the guys could see now, do the hard work early, and get rewarded in the transition phase. We're higher up the field, and then again, we just had to manage that first half in the right way, and I thought we did. Roman comes up trumps at the end of the half, but second half we knew we needed to make those changes, and we got rewarded for them.
We'll wrap up with Tom.
Brad, just the value of getting Tim Parker back, and was it an easy call this time to have him play?
100%. He said to me today, Brad, I'm good. Like, he's been training now on his own for a couple of days, and then he did the last 2 training sessions with us. Did all the fitness tests, came through fine. We traveled with 21, just to be sure, because you never know, maybe in the warm-up or something. So, just again, just part of the strategy, just part of the planning, and making sure we got every little detail covered. And we have weapons, at the back. Guys willing to defend the channels, guys willing to step in the midfield and win those duels. And then we got guys willing to, come back in the game. The strikers work hard as a unit. So I think a very good performance again in the second half, especially from everyone.
Thanks, Brad.
Thanks, Tom.
Coach, thank you for the time. We really appreciate it. Safe travels home.
Thank you, John.